Hey, it's Dan from the Boom Breakfast. I'm here at the Linsmore Tavern on Danforth in Toronto. Catching up with one of the artists that you will get to see at the Beer, Bourbon, Barbecue and Blues Festival on July 14th. Gary Cain. Gary, pleasure to see you. I think we should probably raise a glass and do a quick little toast. Cheers.
Occupational hazard here.
So I'll be taking in Gary's show here tonight at the Linsmore, but I thought it'd be a great opportunity to catch up with one of the artists that is going to play here. First off, let's make you local. So you could be an honorary Cornwallite because I know that you've played the International Blues Challenge.
Yeah, that's right.
Semi-finalist, so congratulations.
Yeah,
that is a huge deal, even to just get there.
Yeah, we're pretty happy. It was cool.
Yeah, it's something else. But you have met our favorite blues son in Cornwall, which is
Paul Delorier.
Paul Delorier.
Yeah,
so I know that you guys connected a little bit. In Memphis.
He's a super nice guy. It was great to meet him there. I ran into him at a couple events, and then he came out and saw us play. And super nice guy. Yeah.
Now, before we get into any other background, I have to tell you the twangadelic blues-o-funk, is that like a Gary Cain original term? Or?
It is. That's kind of how I started describing the style of music. And then one time on a set break, Donnie, my drummer, just said, you should just name the album that. So I thought, because I couldn't come up with a name for the album, and I thought, we'll just name it, kind of stamp our brand on that as our style of music.
You fit into the blues category of the festival, but with the twangadelic blues of funk, and I've had a chance to listen to your material. There's a little rock and roll in there. There's a little bit of everything. Can you just maybe let people know like your style? Like how would you describe yourself to people who are coming to this festival?
Well, I think it's like if you like blues, you'll probably dig us. I would say we appeal to blues crowds, but I'm not really like a blues purist at all. A lot of blues festivals, they just want like old school like Chicago blues, the way it's been done a million times before. But I'm not into that. Like I don't think I could ever do Albert King as good as Albert King, right? Like he was as good as it's gonna get. For me, he's like the greatest electric blues player ever. But I like some country players. I like some funk players, some fusion players. I was an AC/DC freak when I was a teenager. I just loved them. So I try to just mix everything in and then just play what I feel like playing.
You ever sneak any Thunder from Down Under in a set? Or?
I do actually. I throw in the Thunderstruck riff every once in a while. People tend to dig that stuff.
Gonna write you a letter. Gonna lay down line by line. I'm gonna write you a letter.
When we talk about the Cornwall Festival, you have one album. You recently opened up for George Thorogood.
Yeah.
Here in Toronto at Massey Hall.
Massey Hall, yeah.
Talk about that experience.
It was amazing. We were on cloud 9 for a couple days afterwards, and they were super nice. Like we went in there and it was a little bit like mind-blowing the scale of the thing, but they were super cool to us, very nice, and we just had a blast. Had a really good reaction from the crowd. Sold a lot of CDs. A lot of people talked to us at the table afterwards. It was just a blast. Like probably one of my most fun gigs ever. And I mean, I was on cloud 9 for days afterwards. So we just had the greatest time of our lives.
Bio, it talks about when you were younger and you really developed this passion for the guitar, you would spend sadly, my son does this with video games, but you did it with your guitar when you were younger.
Thank God video games weren't as popular back then,
Well, yeah, the Atari 2600 maybe didn't keep you down in your room as long as the PS4 does.
Yeah.
But back then, it was one of those where you had to be reminded to have something to eat or just put the guitar down and make sure that you like take care of yourself for a bit. So I would assume that all of those hours have kind of led to where you are today.
Yeah, it's like I think when you're playing well, you're not thinking about it, and the way to get to kind of the subconscious level of playing is to just drill stuff over and over again, so it becomes second nature. And not that I knew I was doing it back then, but that's what I was doing. I was just learning Stevie Ray tunes and learning Albert King tunes and AC/DC tunes and everything. And yeah, that's kind of the foundation for what you end up playing later is that stuff you do as a kid.
Been to Cornwall? That's the next. I know that your connection is Paul. But have you ever actually been to Cornwall, Ontario?
I have not been to Cornwall. I'm excited to go.
And you're an Ontario guy, right?
I'm an Ontario guy. Yeah.
Waterloo?
Kitchener. Yeah.
Kitchener?
Yeah.
Close. That's almost
close. Yeah.
Like for us in Cornwall, Waterloo and Kitchener is like the same place.
Well, if you're from Waterloo or Kitchener, it's very different. It's kind of like.
You know? Right. I get it. And you're also playing the Tremblant Blues Festival.
Yeah.
Heading into Cornwall, so that did like Paul Deloria will tell you that they were doing great, and then the International Blues Challenge was a great stage for them to meet some people and kind of put themselves out there. Do you feel it was regardless of the outcome at the end of the day, you got to play in front of some pretty big players that do some stuff all over the place? Have you seen a residual from being there this year?
Yeah, we've booked a bunch of stuff based on that. We booked a festival just outside Philadelphia this year, and then Tremblant, obviously, we've done. There's been a bunch of opportunities we've gotten based on that, so it really turned out well. I think originally a lot of people were saying that you go down there and you get booked there, like on the spot. People are going to be, which didn't happen, so we were thinking, oh, is this going to work out? But shortly thereafter, we got a lot of attention. It definitely it's helped us
out. Well, I look forward to seeing you here tonight at the Linsmore Tavern. And if you want to see Gary Cain, the twangadelic blueso funk music that self-described by Gary.
I have to give you credit though. You're one of the few people that actually pronounces it correctly, which is
really. What do they say? What do they say?
I don't think it was that hard to pronounce. But
what do they say?
Just like
blueso funk.
Yeah, I don't even know what they say, but they don't say it right.
So twangadelic blueso funk. If you're curious, and I would be too. July 14th, Nav Centre. It is the inaugural Beer, Bourbon, Barbecue, and Blues Festival, and this guy will definitely rock your socks off.